In today's episode, we're going to be diving into one of the biggest frustrations.
It's absolutely crazy, and I'm so glad we are here talking about this. Thank you so much for bringing me into the show.
California real resident and real estate professional.
That is a great point. And Jen, you're super fortunate to have Jen advising from the California side.
Just this week I had somebody, Jen, they said that they were paying $8,000 per year.
It is crazy what's going on with the HOA fees.
The HOA fee is treated like a second mortgage. It directly reduces how much someone's going to qualify for.
So I would love to break this down with you guys today.
That's on top of taxes, insurance, utilities, everything else.
And more importantly, how comfortable they feel month to month with their payments. So a $600, let's say, HOA payment, it's about the same as taking on thousands of dollars of debt every year with no equity attached.
But I want to make sure that the prices are reasonable. So where should I go? We can give you some insight onto different options.
Hey, it's David Barry. I'm super excited today from the Leaving California studios. In today's episode, we're going to be diving into one of the biggest frustrations that California homeowners are talking about right now. We've been posting it in the groups, and yeah, you guessed it, it's HOA. With some families paying thousands per year, it's becoming a major reason people decide to pack up and leave. So we're going to talk about it. Welcome to episode one. Our Leaving California podcast has been on pause for a little while, and I am David Barry. I'm the co-founder of Leaving California, and I am your relocation specialist. And today, I'm super excited to be bringing in our brand new co-host, California resident and real estate professional, Jen Day. And over the last few weeks, we've been polling our groups, and one issue keeps rising to the top: HOAs and skyrocketing costs that come with them. Just this week, I had somebody, Jen, they said that they were paying $8,000 per year. That's on top of taxes, insurance, utilities, everything else. And for many families, that's the moment they say, enough is enough.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, and I'm so glad we are here talking about this. Thank you so much for bringing me into the show, David, and everybody. Hi, I'm Jen Day, and super excited to be your go-to girl in California when you're ready to say goodbye to us. I will be here for you every step of the way, and then David will be on the other end of that, helping you be your chariot to your next destination.
True, true. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is crazy what's going on with the HOA fees. And I understand because just the cost of keeping up the property is so high and so expensive that everything goes up. And unfortunately, we are dealing with, some properties that were built 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years ago, and plumbing and electrical, all of those things take money to update. So, I understand it from the HOA perspective. However, when you're a buyer and you're looking at, well, I can afford the down payment, check. I can afford this monthly payment for my mortgage and insurance and whatever, the property taxes, all these things you have to check all these boxes. And then you're like, wait, now I have to factor in the HOA.
Yeah, you sure
That's for
do.
my monthly payment too. So there's all these factors you have to think about, and it does feel overwhelming sometimes. So I would love to break this down with you guys today.
And you know what? I've already briefed Jen. Monty's been a guest on the show. He was on our Leaving California podcast before. Monty and I did Money Matters. And then I'm going to be introducing our very special guest, our national lender. I'm super excited to have Monty around. But I did tell Jen, and her and I are crystal clear. And by the way, Jen is a very happy resident in California. So her and I, you're going to see us together, kind of like the yin and the yang of leaving California and staying. We don't tell anybody to go, but we want people to know. And by the way, I'm going to be introducing something really cool. It's the Leaving California Blueprint. You're going to be hearing that term a lot. And to help us understand the financial side, I brought in someone who's a major part of our company and a major part of the Leaving California Blueprint. It's Monty Felts. Sorry, didn't mean to do that, Monty. And so Let's start with what we're seeing inside the groups. HOAs were originally created to help maintain property values. But today, some families feel like they're paying more for oversight and penalties than actual community benefits. I mean, let's face it, guys, that happens. We've seen stories about $600 monthly HOA dues. I've even seen them as high as 1,000. Massive special assessments, HOAs preventing home sales, and even HOAs threatening fines over simple improvements. And then the $8,000 a year HOA, that one lit the comments on fire, didn't it, Jen?
Yep. And we definitely appreciate you guys joining in the conversation. It's so important that we hear what is on your mind, what is driving you crazy, what is giving you hope, what you're hearing, and you want to know, hey, is this real? Is this true? Is this really happening? Ask us and let us know, especially for topics on the podcast. We'd love to jump in. And that's the reason we're talking about this today, because you guys brought it to our attention.
Exactly. And that's what this episode is all about, understanding the full picture of how HOAs affect your financial decision. And Monty, you've been seeing the man in the middle there for a minute. Some of you guys are familiar with Monty Felts. He's in the top 1% of national lenders. I mean, he really, really has the solutions. And Monty and I we used to laugh a lot because, if you're going to use a lender, maybe they only sell what? One house every 6 months, or if you're going to use a realtor that hasn't sold a house in 3 years, I mean, you're making them, that's your first mistake. So to have a guy like Monty on our team, it's super exciting. Monty, welcome to our first episode. Welcome to meeting my new co-host. And as a national lender and key part of the Leaving California Blueprint, you've helped a lot of families understand how HOAs impact their loan qualification and monthly budgets. Let's start there. Monty, when you look, and by the way, Monty, you can say hello and who you're with. That would be a good start.
Monty Felts with Cross Country Mortgage. We're all 50 states. So that's what makes this so great.
And Monty, when you look at someone's loan application, how much does the HOA actually affect their qualifying power and their overall monthly comfort?
Thanks, David. That is a great point. And Jen, you're super fortunate to have Jen advising from the California side. Really glad we're talking about this because HOAs are one of the most underestimated costs in California housing. We have people go there, it's like shock. From a lending standpoint, HOAs matter more than most people realize. When I review a loan application, the HOA fee is treated like a second mortgage. It directly reduces how much someone's going to qualify for, and more importantly, how comfortable they feel month to month with their payments. So a $600, let's say, HOA payment, it's about the same as taking on thousands of dollars of debt every year with no equity attached. I'll give you an example, David. We recently had a family relocating from Southern California to Nashville, Tennessee area. In California, they were paying under 700. They were paying $700 a month in HOA dues on top of the property taxes, insurance. Even though they own the home, they felt financially boxed in. When we ran the numbers on the Nashville house, the picture changed super fast. They found a single-family home with no HOA, lower property taxes, and significantly lower monthly payment, while actually gaining square footage. That's the crazy thing. And a yard, and they had a ton of flexibility. If you've been to Nashville, it's amazing. So looking to head to 2026, this kind of move makes even more sense. We're not going back to ultra low interest rates. I don't want anybody to think that. I wish that was true, but it's not. We're really entering a stable market, and that should be good news. Slightly lower rates than recent highs, more inventory, less chaos. For buyers, what that's going to mean, this Leaving California group that want to leave California, that's going to mean opportunity. For Californians, it's going to mean your money can work a lot harder in markets like Nashville. For families that are dealing with this HOA thing, David, that they're just feeling out of control, the first step isn't really rushing. It's clarity. It's getting with Jen. It's getting with you. It's talking to me early. Don't wait till the last minute. We can model something that what it looks like to stay or what it looks like to go. That's exactly what the three of us do every day. And we're offering our services free of charge to everybody in this Leaving California group. So we help families compare their current reality in California to what life would look like, let's say, in Tennessee. Payments, taxes, HOAs, lifestyle, long-term wealth, all side by side. As you said, I get to be the national lender. So with y'all's group, there's special incentives people don't get otherwise, streamlined options. There's so much that we give them. So I would just say, and wrapping up here, if HOA is the thing that's really crushing somebody, if that's what they're questioning, then you're not alone. As we can see, there's so many comments in the chat. So you don't have to guess your way through it. Talk to David, talk to Jen. We're truly here to help 2026 be the best year of your whole life.
I'm so
Well,
glad
Monty,
you,
it sounds, hold on one second.
yeah.
I have to say this because, Monty, it sounded to me like you almost let the cat out of the bag a little bit. Monty is part of the reason why we actually have the Leaving California Blueprint. And over the coming months and coming years, we're going to really be breaking that down and why the California Blueprint is so important. But all of the stuff that Monty, you just talked about, that's all part of the California Blueprint. And it's actually the Leaving California Blueprint. Jen, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, please go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say I'm so glad that you brought up the timing, Monty, because we're here at the cusp of 2026, and we on the boots on the ground here in your real estate world are hearing that going to be a reset in 2026. The interest rates are going to be, like Monty said, steadying a little bit lower than we've seen, and now we're going to see a resurgence of buyers coming to the market because they can afford more, and now it feels like a good time. So you want to actually get with David and start your planning now, because as soon as we hit February, March, there's going to be a lot more inventory hitting the market. So if you've been saying to yourself, when should I sell? Are buyers buying right now? Like, what's going on? We're here to tell you and give you the update. Now is the time to start planning, because it does take some time, and David can give you the checklist and all the bullet points that you need to make sure that you have together. We can connect you with Monty, make sure you have all the financial pieces in place, and then by February, March, April, you'll be ready to hit the market, and then you'll be ahead of the pace because everybody else is going to be coming in late spring and summer, and at that point you're going to have a lot more competition. So if you want to get in the game where you're going to be one of the properties that people see first, that is going to get a higher price on the sale because you have less competition, then now is the time to start planning.
That's a great point, and I would love to hear Bonnie just give a 30-second recount of what she just said.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Jen is brilliant. I work with hundreds of realtors all over the nation. I'll tell you, they're not like Jen. They're not. A lot of them are not. So you've got a super high caliber person that's going to protect you when it comes to selling your house, no matter what city you're in California. She's going to know well what we need to plan for, because realtors aren't all created equal, and I see that every single day. So I would say that Jen is super wise. She's got her finger on the pulse, and what she just said was that next year is going to be a great year for real estate. It's not going to be 2% interest rates, but you don't want that. That was insanity. That was chaos. We don't really want that. What we want is stability. All of us want it. We want it in our home. We want it in our finances. And that's what the Leaving California Blueprint does. So what Jen just said is so true. There's going to be stability next year, slightly lower interest rates. You're still going to be able to buy a house. It's not going to be crazy. I will warn you, though, if you wait too long, if you wait till the herd is starting to see all of this, that's why we're trying to give you a little preview to this. You are going to be in a multiple offer situation. It's going to be harder, and there may be some negotiations. So we want you to get prepared now. I'll tell you, we're doing twice as many transactions this month as we were doing last month or the previous month. So some people are getting with the program right now, and they're getting excited about being prepared for what's coming ahead. There are more houses going to hit the market in the spring. We would rather have you pre-approved. When you're pre-approved with us, we're offering 10-day closes. You're like cash. When you make an offer to go to, let's say, Dallas, Texas, where I live, and you're making a 10-day close offer, your offer is going to get accepted more than likely, especially when you're working with one of David's Leaving California realtors. These people are the best of the best. They've vetted them. They've been through a lot of training, and they have ensured that they have sometimes they even have off-market properties. So I could go on for a long time in explaining all the value that you're getting with this Leaving California blueprint. But next year is going to be a great, great year. I don't want you to miss out. Don't wait too long and wish you would have been part of the group that saw the light.
You can see the passion that all three of us have. We have so
Yeah.
much to tell you, and we can't do it in our 15-minute podcast. Like, we would love to be able to tell you everything. And that's why it's so important that you get with one of us and we can give you the answers. And everybody has different questions. And there is no such thing as a stupid question for sure. You should always ask. If you think you need to know, then you should know. And I'm going to start wrapping this up. I'm still pumped up about this. So when you stack the HOA fees on top of taxes, insurance, utilities, it quickly becomes a huge financial burden. And that's exactly why we created the Leaving California Blueprint. Our goal is to give people clarity and a simple roadmap so they're not navigating this alone. And that's why we created our Facebook groups, which, by the way, are over 300,000 members.
Yes, that is so exciting. I don't know any other group I'm a part of with 300,000 members. So that's except maybe all the realtors in California or maybe just LA because we're we're very competitive here. But this is an exciting community to be a part of. We're so interested to hear what you guys are thinking, what's on your mind, what challenges do you see facing you? What are you excited about? You know, where do you want to go? And one of the great things I think about having Monty on our team here is that because he can help you in all 50 states, you don't necessarily need to know where you want to go yet. Like, that's one of the questions that David will help you with. He's going to provide data, he's going to provide a whole wealth of research on all these different areas. And if you want to say, well, I want, this type of weather, but I want to make sure that the prices are reasonable. So where should I go? We can give you some insight onto different options. And then you can reach out to Monty and he can help you with anything. And then you can even decide, well, I want to look at all three. Can I get a pre-approved and tell me what those numbers look like? What do those property taxes look like? What are the income taxes like in these places? And what is my monthly payment going to be, as things change? And then regarding the HOA situation, each state, each city, things are going to have different standards. So you kind of want to understand, well, I would love to be in a community. I don't necessarily want a single family home, but I understand that there's an HOA involved. So what does that look like in all these different states, or maybe just these two that I'm picking between? And David can help you put all of those details together. That's part of what Leaving California Blueprint does for you. And then Monty can make sure you get approved in any of those places so you don't have to be restricted. This way, you have options, which is amazing.
Yeah. And by the way, if your HOA is a part of the reason that you are considering leaving California, here's what you can do next. If you liked our content, we're just starting over again. We used to have a California podcast, but now I'm just super pumped. I know that I have the right person and I have somebody that is plugged in and lives in California. So that's why I know this is going to work. And we want you to like and share it. Make sure you comment HOA if on the post that you saw this episode, and send us a message that just says simply, I want the blueprint. Like, send me what is the blueprint? I want to know what that means. And I can send you that. And then I can also send you our Leaving California handbook. I actually wrote the book. I wrote a small handbook that tells you exactly what you need to think about. There's a lot of stuff in that book that you might not have thought of. And as we wrap up our episode one, Monty, I would like to let you close us out.
Just say I'm super honored to be here. Couldn't be with two better people. My role in this little team that we have here to move people out of California is to give you a clear financial blueprint so that you can move forward confidently. So we're just asking you, reach out, let us help you. I feel like I'm Jerry Maguire right now. Help me help you. Show me the money. Show me outside of California. That's what we're saying. We're going to show you what's out there, what truly living really looks like.
Well, this was episode one of the Leaving California podcast. episode one of many to come. I'm David Barry alongside my co-host. I can't even talk today. I don't know. Let me say that slower. Alongside my new co-host, Jen Day, and our blueprint partner, Monty Felts. Thank you so much for listening. We're going to be making episode two next week. I hope you guys have a very, very happy holiday. Merry Christmas. And we're here to help. That's all we want you to know. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.